So I want to raise him with that. So yeah, I think. So did the mama know she He's talking.
He knows that you're talking about him.
Yeah, actually, he's so sick. His temperature is like 39 right now.
Oh no!
I'm freaking out. I'm not going to work tomorrow because I need him to be. But he has been sleeping the whole day.
Oh no!
Now he said, "You talked about me."
Get well soon. Get well soon.
Okay, thank you. That's all for me right now.
I completely agree. I completely agree with that.
Nadia's internet was weak and she's gone.
I see. But I think that's really important because, especially because we are foreigners in Japan, I think that's a really strong message there, Francina, because it's very difficult to raise kids in another country, and more so in Japan because we're half. My kids are half and they're different. And so, giving them that confidence in themselves is really, really important. Yeah.
And I want to say, because we are foreigners, so our struggle is like 10 times more. So
agree.
Whatever we do, wherever we go, wherever our kids go, it's always a question. So I want to tell you something that's really funny. Like, when I used to live in Hirano, I used to take a bus with old people. So I love changing hairstyle. I wear wigs. Tomorrow I can be blonde. I can be black. You never know what you're going to be. So one day I wore a really blonde wig. So this grandmother in the bus, she spoke in Japanese like, her hair is straight, but her kids' hair is a little bit curly. So what's going on here? So I felt really bad because, when Japanese people or grandmothers talk, they don't think about how the kids gonna feel about what they are saying. So that's why our struggle is really, really like, it's a huge one.
That's true. It's not just language, right? It's not just language barrier. It's also, everything else. The way you look, the way you act, everything. Yeah.
Everything always matters. Okay, let me.
Yeah, that's so true. I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, you guys kids are lucky. The mama's happy every day. Nadia is back.
Nadia's back. Yay.
Yeah. I wonder, because Nadia is also blonde, and I wonder what are the challenges that her kids actually face at school, because she has different hair color and her kids have something different.
Nadia's hair color before was pink.
That's true. There was a time it was pink.
I like that.
So you have been confusing Japanese people way too much too.
Nadia, your kid's hair color is brown.
Yeah, brown and dark. Sona's hair was more gold when she was 1 or 2 years old, and now it's black. Emily is still kind of gold, and it's changing, but it's turning more dark and more turning darker. So yeah.
Yeah, but Nadia, we were just talking about like how it's different for us in Japan because we're foreigners and our kids are half. Like, what are some of the things that kind of you noticed that were difficult for you because you were, like you're a foreign mom and you're raising kids in another country?
You might look different from your kids.
Yeah. I think that's a challenge, not for me because I don't care, but for them. Right? It's a challenge for them. And I've noticed a couple of times, where I pick up, Sola, especially Sola at her daycare, and she'll say, Mom, you speak English? And I'm like, yeah, you know that. And obviously someone had said something to her that day, you know, so obviously she does get those kind of questions, or maybe some kind of, you know, something daily, maybe not every day, I don't know, but she does ask me those weird questions sometimes, and I'm like, where does this come from?
Friends maybe say, 英語の人とか. I just went to the park today, and my husband, American, then we all speak English at the park, and then, 英語の人来た、英語の人って言って、like,
you know what, when they say that, actually for me, you know, most foreigners, I think they don't like being pointed at, but I love it. If you point me and you point at my kids, I love it. And when I hear a baby saying that, Ego Hana sister, I say, hello, how are you? So they get, you know, those giggly. I say, yeah, you don't have to be scared of me, you know. Every time I get kids, wherever I go, they I say, hello, how are you? How old are you? And I speak in English. So I want to make them feel comfortable. They don't have to point me from the distance. They can come and approach me. So I think it's really important. Yeah.
It's very important for the kids. The kids, like the rest of the life, like, wow, like they change. Like you change their life. You know,
Yeah.
And how we react to that is how our kids will see it as well.
Exactly.
If we're angry about that, then our kids will be ashamed. If we're happy about it and we're, yeah, and hi, and how are you, like Francina said, and we're talking about it with those people, our kids are watching.
Yeah.
Right? And that will be a good impression for them. They will be proud of who they are.
I have never said this to anybody, but I think I should say it here in the right place, you know. Like my son now, he speaks Japanese, he's fluent, so he can hear what people say, he can understand everything. So he had this thing maybe a few months ago, like he was really obsessed with having his hair straight, you know. Like, why is my hair curly? But I told him, I keep telling him, I love your curly hair. Your hair is the most beautiful hair I have ever seen. So don't care. They have straight hair. They look cute. They are beautiful. But you are also who you are. You are really cute and you are beautiful in your hair. I love your hair. So he accepted. He stopped saying those things, you know. So I also think, like, when it comes to kids saying stuff to another kids don't know. They don't know. So I really don't care. Even if I hear somebody at the corner saying something about me, I don't care. I don't care. I will just go, you know. So I think when it comes to stuff like these, old people saying stuff, young kids saying stuff, I think we should accept these things. It's not necessary anymore. We have a lot of things to worry about, like coronavirus.
But you know what? But on a side note, though, like my experience is a little different, I think, because I could pass as a Japanese. So I'm Asian. I moved to another Asian country, and my kids are Asian. So they don't look any different from other people. And so I think my struggle is like, I like what Francina said, you know, like when you talk to your kids in English, you get all this attention. And before I joined Global Mom to Mom, actually before I met Yoko, I had this crazy, like I get nervous all the time because people would look at me like whenever I talk to my kids in English outside, you know, at the park, and people would look at me and then they would be like,
Why?
Why is she speaking in English? She looks Japanese. What is happening? Is she like, you know, like boasting that she could speak English or whatever? Like I get all of these looks. And then all of a sudden, because I speak fluent Japanese, I would be like shifting to my Japanese mode and like, like, you know, like I would be like, you know, trying to show them like, you know, I can speak Japanese, you know, I can speak Japanese too, not just English or something like that. But when I joined Global Mom to Mom and I met Yoko, And I met Yoko for the first time in the public play area, kids space.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who she was. She obviously looked Japanese, and she was with her sister. And she was like speaking in English to her kids. And I'm like, this woman has so much confidence.
Even though my English is not good, today too, at the park I speak English to my kids. Other Japanese man look at me, but I care, but I pretend that I don't care because it's for my kids. I don't care about.
Yeah, but your kids look
so
like they're, they look half. Like they probably, people would figure out like, okay, they're probably half Western, half Asian, but my kids are full on Asian, like, and they're like, they look Japanese. And so when I speak to them in English, everyone's like, why is she speaking in English? But when I met Yoko and then I actually talked to her, this is way before Global Mom to Mom. And then I'm like, oh my God, this woman is so confident. And from that day on, I started speaking in English more and more to my kids. And I think because of Global Mom to Mom, my kids started speaking more English and they became more confident because I became more confident speaking to them in English outside my house. So I think the struggle is different.